premiums crans and otimia we no lose.
I don't know any voter when you're nay.
No, but Mr. Sakasane free hefa.
So
because at every point in time, no population of the country, no SSA, voter preference, no SSA, every election dynamics are ewo. Yen na yen the course will grow her from 2022 to 2024. Yen na yen nyama bi a party for ye kwa ye ema MPP no na ehonya akono. Inti waye yenyina yaye ene yakodi nkuku o se yemfa nche nipa baako ye koy ne koy we na ide asanke beka se party na ye adwuma na ede Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia basem we what be that enye it's not fair inti senya me ma me kanu no ade a ye de ye wa wompe no memfa nye wunua because asem na wo kanu yi bi anim inti sa election results on they can the young farm to nchen yira John Mahama oti akonya so sisi ya 2016 olusu ye no na sa time e bin see that was the worst election defeat in the history of Ghana's Fourth Republic. MPP and NDC almost 1 million votes. MPP for Edichwa and Nkasa debates with TV, so now walk out, keep quiet, you lost by 1 million votes. Ye can 8 years, and after 8 years that same candidates John Mahama Timi by and gave us the worst election defeat. And today in a chair said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Twaswa or Nunsun Timi Besete another record. So share the facts on the ground, the history of Ghanaian politics now. A chair say almost bread and almost set questions are questions ne kwa nisanke answer. But ya jumane say ebe church ni ya memunti ebe ba betina hani ya church mu. Obia no hawa koba kwa wene. Wa wo kase obia lusu no enti mayen fane mano. Wa party for crowd a ball from Maulusu ye. Sanya candidates and prime minister so any sanka contest bill ana because ye caught 2007 first time I era Alan Martin by I saw born home modern saying. So in the history of the primaries, you've also performed so terribly, say, and can Nisanka or buy MPP for any bill so monto mawanamebo. But yen can sancho, and this as a mean jaika, and now the for pen and for pen, and so and also a starting interrogating. Obi kasa semna, then you go and look for some data to back it because me meet me at na say e Ghana for ina pe me say me near Miss World and abibisa me boa enya no kre but meet me aka ma na nkofo nso can be but it doesn't mean say e no kre. There's been a lot of polls, credible polls and kofwaye musa dan kwa dey na no want to kwakra nti ukoka but I mean a lot of Ghanaians feel say or some credibility me boa or no aye polls asking Ghanaians, polling Ghanaians. There's not a point in time any of the other candidates, especially Honorable Kennedy Japan, what 30% amongst Ghanaian voters. Ayura Bawumia is always a little high, 53 near there. So by that poll, no, they all can intro. Say Musa na mone no wasema yenko ya sister company, ya sister party in Germany, omo some non NGO bi omo ya research. Conrad Adenauer, German for nti anu ntimi nka so bi akotua ne ka yetimi tua Conrad de ne munja party ne mai chese be hu niama ya na me bo Conrad for poll ne crowd when do 21% to say something of Ghanaians and I be so omo be prefer Honorable Kennedy Japan in Conrad's poll no about 65% of Ghana for say yeah omo prefer Era Mahmoud Bawumia until we share all the date evidence say enka asema Sebi wait a teacher that nothing supports our argument say in for pel. Nancy Aquasen Amikai, you must a media phone in Nam Kromu Bisabisom, and also crowd fail in for no more pel no more ever.
Mamma say, I no pay any doctor a queer Amoako, a deputy spokesperson to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and a bo Nkoma Ashanti region bo mobile and Yama Ekoso Amuzu P heba Mr. na me come for the amako pebina no namu yare itu ase e de free ho no mo abema sabe ojun so ana abema mo ya bema ojun so moja problem bebre ene how sisi kokonumbi Amuzu P heba Mr. eno na akọ akoto nanom oba enka ewo ho oba utenase na nsu agu misraw very very important wo de beji ade enko ema yare bi nkonko tan akopa Amuzu P heba Mr. na binum general body pain ne betu ase afro Dr. Amuzu ewo tafunshi ayeso Amuzu junction ho na clinic no wa wo kwa ebe hwe wo ama ho ato Fred Dr. Amuzu was 0247 776743 0247 776743 Abusua and say wouldn't computer hunim dia na chesa wo ya akachire was so advanced anya kakra na wakosua na de tie adwuma ba kakra na obi aba no nim se obenya problem enti UniArt na was so kono mo boawo na oma de aba form se be obetumi asa wo ya adwuma a woni hawo anyimra obetumi akọ classes long distance ombe aboawo ama watumi upgrade ho sanso na weekend na obetumi ho a wokọ anoma kire wo sene a computer no de be ya adwuma wo ye secretary ba bia wo no nse ya anane ma be alake enkola na be service no na ebo dabi ne a ehu wo mukura ye ne gisem se AI abai artificial intelligence wonimu enso wo se wo ye adwuma wanhwe ane akofo obi onim ne abai US nchen omo asan ye no hyehye ne ma wa ebo ni suru bebre wonwie no obenya o diploma certificate na wonso wo de akọ adwuma ama bibia aye kama de amaw hwehwe o ma kira kwan ewo sunsanso sunsanso bus stop Accra Road Susan so Kotek na ho Otra CCC asodan na free chrome na ekwa Otra Accra right obensa bus stop na ho na UniArt juma no wa ombebo 0555 383848 0555 383848 na bibia enya kama do yenhwe yesi message afa jobs.
Okay.
Yes, I know na afa. Babia adwuma ra wa bie wa mankrofo adwuma. We suba adwuma hotel kakra kankrofo ye adwuma. Adwuma be na modeba. Mo message.
Yeah, unse sanya my question mo interrogate you. Adwuma na o mo suppose o mo bie na we mfa. Oh, when I didn't know for Mudina China for me. Anyway, that's a good. There are more. Some more cameras. No more share. Remember, could be a new central region. Fruits a factory days in Rem will be anyone anyway. But that's just by the way. My response to that is saying, sir, you were 2026 to say we are say calling about the fourth industrial revolution and bibia ne need so ni technology it's quite a small room but technology I'm sure it's worth millions and that's a honor we are say say baby we are say do no bit na phones so no I Facebook she say Facebook is worth like almost $13 billion or so. That's where we are see is going into 2026 now episode the president you pobi or dim puntu be back home ama emebunu ni yenya bibi papa ye now catch also basic factories first you have to question that person because I just said why you kakra Oshe MPP mu a yeba abemu last 8 years. Sir, massive industrialization drive no. One district, one factory. Buying the boa even companies near there because MPP oshe ye philosophy and the boa my right thinking party. Yenye party ye see factory na running near farm and 1,000 cities there. That's not the thinking of the MPP. The thinking of the MPP is open more mining more ye no be in the factory no be a lot more at their disposal because you believe say the human being has a lot of potential. Until the job of the political party is to create an enabling environment. Obia de woni nimuno obetimi de aba. Janka minwe mu aye ne omko pharmacy ni ade we wie na wetimi aye drobi na wenya funding na wa ye wode. That's what we are talking about. And you say abayin be CBB amount now yeah amount 1,800 cities. No disrespect to that, but that's not the future of Ghana. You understand? They say enko baby or market time sebe. And I said you're making 1D1 FA in conjunction with a lot of other companies. I operationalize upgrading about 164 factories. Over the 8 years now, we were only able to create 160,000 jobs. Over 8 years old with 164 factories. In the idea be a unsolved problem no. Now wow say jobs. You are coming to repeat the same thing. I just say I will say who crab an issue. I just said you man want here from the beginning. And now share baby we are see cry drew now. There's way more that can be done. Into my main car era about me and this wadi who ka crabby mouth because I'm my quaint. Say me person me can and this wadi who just me all day. But me born a tough one. his vision has always been to take advantage of industrial revolution na woman CCA. Meaning, can you imagine said 1970 na Ghana and South Korea, Singapore na the same GDP. What happened? Just omunya amampeni bia omu gisi omuna so said be ye de kroi betu eko ye be de kroni betu mrika. And as say omaye so beautiful ye mo hoye. Nti yenso ye hi obi obeka said be me ba me de Ghana betu mrika. Ye be ye niama ye nye bi da ne ahwese baby ye de be ye be do. Inti Yerabaumia plan is very simple, to train a lot of imebnuno in very valuable skills, IT skills, very valuable, and to train people in that and so cry. It doesn't take too much of that. We training in that imebnuno in that youthful, very useful skill now. Then you set up a fund. With fintech fund, was going to have $100 million as seed capital to start. Now, Abayana are intensified to be able to get more money into that fund. Until we are training IT, maybe what would then wait me create a game, big Candy Crush near the Nkolan wait me create Candy Crush. You go and access the fintech fund. We are more small startup capital. What starting company ketuebi na yebehuane say adiano afa, and that's what happens outside the world. America, yo city in California, be Silicon Valley. Most of the IT companies know. Obekwana CEOs of these companies know. Me age mates in Kwao because they've created an environment as a baby or dream. Now pesa we ya. So that's one of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's key visions. And I believe say it's very possible. Because and I can tell you that it's one of the best decisions that I have made, because I've been able to find a niche in my medical professional. Number one, what the time you work at your own pace and you are well resourced enough to do the OP. It is possible. Especially when you be a kind of system, and manipa be brain satimi komano. Number two, to move us to a credit-based economy, which I think is long overdue. The entire new baby person mukwatina broche, person mukwaroje, and so do a broche. I know I that's not a bit meeting now the whole 40 years, and they are still about on the same income level or modeko. Just that a hono, Bonibeka's standard of living ne was true. And quality of life then so was true. In ticket why the will be out me the bebre. That's what it is. I didn't know nesa because they do a lot of things on credit. Inti say sikana the maybe 100 cities. 100 cities ubetu susu de akotu AC. Ebe check ubetu susu de krana AC price na kosoro. Now what wakoto AC no we are starting beto susu for the akoto fridge. What to that has been the way ye boy bra Ghana. You about me say as you say we're creative, basically the foundation and the framework a bit media creative credit system momo interoperability as it will be our momo when phone see Ghana card, so there will be identifiable and a digital address ibema. It creates a system easily identifiable by financial institutions. They are not just loans at a lower rate. Into the credit rate in Neka, then we can create an economy as say opeso koto ACA. Or much check your Ghana card, no credits in BBI. The AC number one credits, 100 cities, which are 10 cities every month. Sister, you have about 90 cities left. Obeti media kwaj fridge, obeti media kwaj TV, obeti media kwaj laptop. Now which are kaka. I send you more wa breche no. They be creating says in conform kofa AC ne fridge ne so omadwuma abie no mo so akofa bi aka ho na nipa bebre so asate fa AC ne ba because afi nkofo timi toniama no. So you can imagine say we in afi no bi the blocks ikosisi baby akosi factory nsa na adwuma abawo yetimi yesa niama we a economy ni mu bebie on its own enye obi na de aba ebo no say economy, it will just happen naturally. And that has been like really the motive and the neniswade ho of era Dr. Mahmoud. Say na mekan almost every sector no he has looked at it and thought of a way a betimi a promote this sector no. There was even some jobs or people creating in the the military industry near the also America too. They make a lot of money from their military industrial complex and all of it's a day maybe a 2 hours. Then my church it's not that the factories will not be done. Of course, we'll be creating an environment. Also, factory but there are other ways that we are going to create jobs that will be way more. Say in the first 4 years, now you trust 160,000 jobs now. Yeah, MPP, yeah, 1D, 1F, no, yet until the party, your motto is jobs, and you are using the same jobs formula. And now do you see? What is the use of then bringing supposedly the new candidates? Of course, not for anything new and buy. The fact that we're factory in say that's the way to rapidly develop Ghana.
Dr. Afenyo-Markin, deputy spokesperson, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumi, a golden boy and Asman Pontino, the free boy say, who has a John Drama NDC. John Dramani Muhammad, dear Nimubo, Juma pa economy infrastructures, and any American Winyana, Sanea, Yasore, Mompire Mano, now wo boy Juma papa, entry, Dako, Onusuchi, and Opay, say a hoye. When Sue Emmanuel came and sa, was say, Doctor, acquire more fire, more vim, or say we are doing a great job. And Derek Kusia Champon, or say more fire, Dr. Quia. Offense no more than mass.
Mr. Ward, yeah, say I at 12 Saturday. Yenko ye Ebema MPP party ne enimate. The Ebema MPP party no Ghana for any ajehun. Because as some you say getting to the end of this election no. Yankopon ye near maybe a train. Or ye amankofo subain bi anom person modete no. Pie amobie hu. And I'm sure say party delegates nya de da ye akoma so pa ne se ye benya nkabom. Enti sa subaini bia nkofo aded no, it is very clear say the party ni show monsa sa nkabom na ye hwehwe no party ni kransa nka sa nkabom no na yetimi ne NDC fo na kofe so. Enti se uye MPP ni a odo party no pa MPP party ni da akoma so a decision na ye make it 2023 na ye de Dr. Bawumia koye no ye hunyo say hwensesan papa no nye mo boni bia. In fact e bibi nyama bi akra be ka ho ama na ye fe nti ade nti na ye mbo na chidom se se ne ye boy yewu akofo chidom ma ni ko bi o a otimi kwaji tumi ne bre ye boy yewu ananado chidom a ko bi o sa ko bi o e kwaji tumi ne bre. You can imagine say yewu akofo ba first time ye yi ne hwe wa anka ye free maternal health care ne NHI ne sa ne amani nyanka amba o. Well, into what will be with the vision, ya test, I try to say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now I'm saying Bank of Ghana governor, NDC for Bank of Ghana governor, cry a party. It's make us say, oh, go for reserve program year. Year Bawumia, it's running now some year 2022 no. And no crana, it's in your boa stability kakraba. In MPP, ye why they say ye just say campaign message back on that. Yen two way inching, yen full before from I feel no one some crying in baby or mokofaba. I feel na old cases been in and send be or mokofaba na. Ye becca sans any baby, they will not about 2028 near 12 years, not a dashiho.
Now, I'm following my our last word. Oxford was so share live at the free West constituency, Upper West region, or say Dr. Quia, you are on point. Omoda se o boy Juma Sanso Nana Kwame ono so say beautiful with also wagin so papa ono asa baby also the way I communicate is so beautiful papa na Derek asa baby mo the emojis love na but hey show here what I show we.
Yeah, see, and some are coming now, but we shared for MPP delegates Nankasa, ye Yimpuntu, Eya dear Eda Dr. Bawumia Kuma Sopa. Intuition plans for party delegates no yet, ye call ya pro bono, the audio two when you saw Bob Eya Momono, Eya Shunko, Eya den so and yadia beboa party delegates in Ghana for crowns to be Yahoo in Faso. The all Kama delegates in Kwa, Timebo be tough. fa kakra ma mo. First one ne say ye be ye constituency be a 10 appointments.
Okay.
Because sometimes you share appointments na ni na timi ko go fa ko. Obeko constituency bi na deputy CEO kromu ni bi ana say director bi kromu ni bi kra na ye ba ometimi akone na so no akobonsa. Eno timi create a situation say after 8 years na constituency na is so neglected. Obehu na and that's a lot of the reason why we lost a lot of the seats. It's already the difference between Baumia campaign and the Akana. Yeah, they are so to form and yet see delegates no. Then the harm, ding tina mojin said 2024, and let's fix it. That has been the direction of the campaign. Ebinumunso dear has been say Dr. Bamu Bamian on Betchina boss. Into delegates, me just say na year show. Papa 2012 ye he will be say on decode pensions near day. That time na member na party ni munyo mayira because say because will be your bold and I say na ni so adi no so and you obetimi amema na beti so and no your commercial south na girl be young lady be ka anyin sem na me hu say enye abetire and the baby sabi adwenye da wotrim. And on that basis any sacrifice for the party no you Mahmoud Bawumia aye no stronko from all over the years until we be moving on from that 10 one constituency 10 appointments but baby stronko am da makoma so pa aye for the constituency based budgeting. The way I be sa constituency based budgeting the same. Instead, says he say anka budgets no mobile no one crime from the various ministries no anka constituency be on one.
No very me time
now. Constituency be on one budget essentially. Not the timemu for our constituency ni here no and no more about budgets anymore. They say me say more ye mo kwan. Inti the anka mobile here will have next various street light sanitation near there. So our sanitation street light contracts now. You be awarded what here. This same constituency and go forward this constituency appraise our contracts nenya. This will avoid the situation and contracts that could good nipa back who one crying. No idea then affair here for. What this will also do is that a base stimulating local economy until a lot of contractors will pop up because yes street lights are now quite a hankwa. You will not need so much money. Until academ here nipa five waiting a conglomerate a quine kakrana dam pre-contracts among Saka. We can imagine how this is going to stimulate the growth of the economy at the local level.
Okay.
Into these and many other things, and catch your delegates specifically, plus the more welfare system, a delegate welfare system, all the party machinery and what they need most, so that we can attend to their welfare. So they say your baby 8 years, minyashi, the Dijani na be perform. And see, medemanu see no mesre party delegates or MPP for your say. And since na yatene doors. But the fact that me a friend me equia amwako. Kotoko Georgia amwako ba meteha. Na make sama Dr. Bawumia as the deputy spokesperson. E chere say nsem ni bia mwatene kra enya no kre. E chere say papa no ohwe de obetimi aye adwuma no na ode ama no. Enye ba bia ofri, enye wosom, enye sane ama no na ohwe. And we are living testament to that. Ohwe ne nkofo surrounding no na is about sharpness. Enye ba bia ofri, mi amenua lawyer Kwesi Botwe, mi amenua Kofi Tonto. Ye nyina Kofi Tonto Kranimide Asante for clean, the chairman of our campaign. Chairman, in some what it's in Sembebre, but it is not true. Yemfa propaganda ni na chain. Na ye wa de pa yen krani mu. Na yemfa abane money boom na later with near United Party no. In himself go for bebre the sikabi ne mu. Sikani de ntimi nkase mamunji. Mamunji na monkoye de beboa MPP. Munye na monkoto de beboa MPP because muchiche vote ni mu obi 5% ade mo ye ne say reuniting process na mo ye amana ye den nti de onim so on win no menko we si wa aba ne wone so ne mfa ni na embeta yira about me achi medamase
yeah that's it oh boy na mahu anim no Madam Jill okay
okay.
My say Dr. Akuya Amwako, I am deputy spokesperson for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and attending Canada. Sorry, you catch us say in Asia Vals Day no 14th February, our manson, as soon you know, and I Asia Quaco Bosso den Wendy Shea and Kofi Kinata. Omunyina ba ho dendenden akwa akoboso awo honti woni yen enhia wo ho na yenkwaji ni hodin den na ya sorry ma gifty aye krado wa ha oba Oscar du tutu Alberta kwatima nana ama from Poma ababio sanso na Joseph Osekofi dodo na friend DJ Legacy na akokwa asense mede de Ebenezer Yaw Jonah obetumi aframe Osempakani yankopon ya adoma echina yebesa na wo hia bye bye.